We've discussed in previous videos about giving pose maker poses a number as a prefix to tie a pose to a stage. Here I've got my waving pose usable across stages. This was done by making multiple copies in the pose maker and changing the images to match that stage. While this method works, it's a bit tedious, and if I ever decide to change the pose, I'll need to manually update every stage. As you can see here, only the pose I changed is using the new broken arm wave. New to version 6.0 is the concept of a cross-stage pose. This method allows you to use a pose across multiple stages using only a single pose definition. Today I'll go over how to create one. First I'll unlink the old wave from the dialog and delete all the corresponding poses. Next I'll create a new pose and name it waving. Since this has no prefix, it'll appear for all stages. Next, I need to mark the pose as being cross-stage. What this means is that the pose will use different images per stage, but the core animations will be the same. I've created sprites for every stage using the normal stage prefix conventions. I also moved these into a subfolder for organization purposes. When I add any of these to the pose, you'll see that the stage number got replaced with a hash. Let's adjust the pivot on the arm and move it into position. Down at the pose list you'll see a new icon with a hash on it. Bringing this up will display a stage selection. Choosing a stage will replace the assets in the pose with those from the corresponding stage. For instance, 2-wave here. Switching to stage 1 will swap them to 1-wave, and so on. Okay, let's recreate the wave animation really quickly by adding the keyframes. Making rotation loop. And setting the looping method to mirror. Our wave pose is finished. If I change the stage, the wave continues to animate, but with the new stage's images. Back in the dialog editor, the pose is available. And when we right-click on a stage, the preview updates accordingly. Now if I ever decide to break my arm again, I only need to change a single pose, and it will apply across all stages. Much easier. That covers using the cross-stage feature. See you around next time.